Big Tundra news today. Toyota finally gave us unofficial MPG ratings for the hybrid models, as well as pricing information for the TRD Pro and the Capstone models. And I'll tell you what, all of the numbers are quite surprising. Starting off with the hybrids, you're gonna see about a $3,400 price premium to go from a standard gas engine to the hybrid models. And for that $3,400, you're going to see a 2 mile per gallon increase in city driving, as well as the overall combined driving. Highway MPGs are going to be the same as the standard gas engine. Pretty disappointing, right? I think a lot of people are expecting the numbers to be much higher than that. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to be a whole lot more than 2, but I definitely thought it was going to be more than 2 miles per gallon. So I think it'll be interesting to see how consumers react to that. The thing to keep in mind though is that you're not just getting fuel economy with the hybrid powertrain. You're also getting more horsepower and more torque. Compared with the standard gas engine at 389 horsepower, you get 437 with the hybrid. And then torque is also up from 479 pound-feet to 583 pound-feet. So there's more to it than just fuel economy. But for me personally, I think I would have a hard time making the jump to the hybrid just for that reason, based off of 2 mile per gallon increase and the horsepower and torque. Partly because you're also adding an additional layer of complexity. So in terms of the overall reliability of the powertrain, with the hybrid powertrain, it's just one more thing that can go wrong, that you can have issues with. Battery packs do fail in particular, and they can be very expensive to replace. And so, you know, paying that $3,400 up front and having that risk of issues down the road, I don't know that for me it would be worth it just for horsepower, torque, and 2 mile per gallon increase. The pricing information is also quite interesting. My truck had a sticker price of just over $60,000. It's a limited model, TRD off-road, crew max short bed, and it was a lot higher than I was expecting it was going to be for this trim package, especially given that above the limited, we've got the Platinum, the 1794 edition, the TRD Pro, and the Capstone model. And so I was kind of thinking with the TRD Pro, we might see a price somewhere in the like $80,000 range. And that price is starting at $68,500, and it does come standard with the hybrid powertrain. So I actually think that that price is lower than it should be relative to everything else. I think there's gonna be high demand for the Pro, and quite honestly, I think Toyota should have charged more for the Pro model, but they didn't. And then the Capstone model is gonna be starting at $75,000, which again is a little bit less than what I had expected to begin with, but the more I think about it, I think it kind of makes sense. The reason I was expecting it to be more is it's gonna be the top end model, and some of the really heavily loaded 1794 editions are about that same $75,000 to $80,000 price mark as it is. But with the 1794, you can get the TRD off-road package, and you can get it in a long bed. Capstone you can't get with either of those packages, and so I can see where that would, you know, push that price up. Obviously, the starting price on the 1794 is less than the Capstone model, so I don't know. Interesting stuff. So that leaves us with 2 questions. The first one is, should I upgrade from my limited Tundra to the TRD Pro? I'd kind of written off as an option because I figured the price was going to come in so high that it wouldn't even be feasible. But with my truck being just over 60 and that coming in at 68.5, it seems maybe more doable. And I'd already been thinking about upgrading to the hybrid at some point anyway. If I'm going to upgrade to the hybrid and the TRD Pro is not that much more than this truck, it seems like it might make sense. But the other question is for you guys, just from kind of a base level standpoint. Let's say you were looking at a limited model and you were debating between the standard gas model and the hybrid model. Do you think it's worth paying an extra $3,400 to get into the hybrid for a 2 mile per gallon increase, additional horsepower and torque, and the risk of further issues down the road? Love to hear what you guys think about that. For more videos of the all-new 3rd generation Tundra, be sure to subscribe. And in the meantime, thanks for watching.